Listen closely. The universe is speaking to you right now. It's not whispering. It's not gently nudging. It's screaming at the top of its lungs, trying to get your attention. Are you listening, or are you too caught up in the noise of your daily life to hear its powerful message? Every single day, the universe is sending you signals. It's showing you signs. It's creating opportunities. It's opening doors. But how many times have you walked right past those open doors without even noticing them? How many times have you ignored those signals because you were too busy, too distracted, or too afraid to act on them? It's time to wake up. It's time to tune in. It's time to listen to what the universe is screaming at you, because the truth is the universe wants you to succeed. It wants you to thrive. It wants you to live the life of your dreams. But it can't force you to take action. It can only show you the way. The rest is up to you. Think about it. How many times have you had a gut feeling about something, but you ignored it? How many times have you felt drawn to a certain path, but you talked yourself out of it? How many times have you felt a spark of inspiration, but you let it fizzle out because you were too afraid to fan the flames? Those gut feelings, those instincts, those sparks of inspiration. That's the universe screaming at you. That's the universe trying to guide you towards your true purpose, your true potential. But if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss out on the incredible opportunities that are right in front of you. So how do you start listening? How do you tune into the frequency of the universe? It starts with awareness. It starts with being present in the moment. It starts with quieting your mind and opening your heart. When you're constantly living in your head, constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you're creating static. You're creating noise that drowns out the voice of the universe. But when you learn to be present, when you learn to live in the now, you clear that static. You tune into the clear, powerful signal that the universe is constantly broadcasting. Think about the last time you felt truly alive. Think about the last time you felt a surge of energy, a sense of purpose, a feeling of pure joy. In that moment, you were tuned in. In that moment, you were listening to the universe. In that moment, you were aligned with your true self. That feeling, that alignment, that connection, it's not something that happens by chance. It's something you can create. It's something you can cultivate. It's something you can experience every single day of your life. But it requires effort. It requires practice. It requires dedication. You see, most people go through life on autopilot. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, and then do it all over again the next day. They're so caught up in their routines, so stuck in their habits, that they've become numb to the world around them. They've become deaf to the screams of the universe. But you're not most people. You're here because, there's more to life than just going through the motions. You're here because you can feel that there's something greater calling you. You're here because deep down you know that you're capable of so much more. And you're right. You are capable of so much more. You have untapped potential within you that's just waiting to be unleashed. You have gifts, talents, and abilities that the world needs. You have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. And the universe is screaming at you to step into that purpose. But here's the thing. Knowing you have potential isn't enough. Feeling like you're meant for more isn't enough. You have to take action. You have to make a decision. You have to choose to listen to the universe and follow its guidance. That's where most people get stuck. They know they want more out of life, but they don't know how to get it. They feel the call of the universe, but they don't know how to respond. They sense that there's a greater purpose for their life, but they don't know how to fulfill it. If that's you, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like you're meant for more, but you don't know how to get there, I want you to know that it's okay. It's normal to feel that way. In fact, feeling that way is the first step towards transformation. It's the first step towards tuning into the universe and aligning with your true purpose. The next step is to start listening. And I don't mean just with your ears. I mean listening with your whole being, listening with your body, your mind, and your spirit. Because the universe doesn't just communicate through words. It communicates through feelings, through intuition, through synchronicities. Have you ever had a thought pop into your head out of nowhere? Have you ever felt drawn to a certain person or place without knowing why? Have you ever experienced a series of coincidences that seemed too perfect to be random? That's the universe communicating with you. That's the universe screaming at you to pay attention. But here's the catch. The universe speaks in whispers. Before it screams, it starts with subtle hints, gentle nudges, quiet suggestions. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not tuned in, you'll miss those early signals. You'll miss the opportunity to align with the universe before it has to start screaming to get your attention. So how do you tune in? How do you start listening to those whispers? It starts with stillness. It starts with silence. It starts with creating space in your life for the universe to speak to you. In our fast-paced, constantly connected world, stillness has become a rare commodity. We're always doing something, always thinking about something, always planning for the next thing. But in that constant busyness, we're drowning out the voice of the universe. We're creating so much noise in our own lives that we can't hear the guidance that's trying to reach us. That's why meditation is so powerful. That's why taking time for stillness is so important. When you sit in silence, when you quiet your mind, when you focus on your breath, you're creating space. You're opening up a channel of communication between you and the universe. You're saying, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm ready to receive your guidance. But meditation isn't the only way to tune in. You can create stillness in your life in many ways. You can take a walk in nature, disconnecting from technology and reconnecting with the natural world. You can engage in a creative activity that puts you in a state of flow, where time seems to stand still and you're fully present in the moment. You can practice mindfulness throughout your day, bringing your attention to the present moment and noticing the world around you with fresh eyes. The key is to make space for stillness every single day, even if it's just for a few minutes, even if it feels uncomfortable at first, because in that stillness, in that quiet, you'll start to hear the whispers of the universe. You'll start to notice the signs and signals that have always been there, but that you've been too busy to see. And as you start to listen, as you start to pay attention, something magical happens. The whispers get louder. The signs become clearer. The guidance becomes more obvious because the universe responds to your attention. When you show that you're willing to listen, the universe will start speaking to you more clearly. But listening is only the first step. The next step is to trust the guidance you're receiving, to trust the feelings you're experiencing, to trust the intuition that's leading you. This can be scary. It can feel risky because often the guidance of the universe will lead you out of your comfort zone. It will challenge you to grow, to change, to evolve. It will ask you to let go of old patterns, old beliefs, old ways of being that no longer serve you. But comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's where potential remains unfulfilled. It's where lives are lived in quiet desperation, always wondering what if. The universe is not interested in your comfort. It's interested in your growth. It's interested in your evolution. It's interested in you becoming the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. And sometimes that requires you to take leaps of faith, to trust in something bigger than yourself, to follow a path that might not make sense to others, but that feels deeply right to you. Think about the great innovators, the great leaders, the great change makers throughout history. They didn't achieve greatness by playing it safe. They achieved greatness by listening to the screams of the universe, by following their intuition, by trusting in their vision even when others doubted them. Steve Jobs didn't create Apple by following the conventional wisdom of the tech industry. He listened to his intuition. He followed his vision. He trusted in something that others couldn't see. And in doing so, he changed the world. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't lead the civil rights movement by playing it safe. He listened to the call of justice. He followed his conviction. He trusted in a dream that seemed impossible to many. And in doing so, he bent the arc of history towards justice. Mother Teresa didn't change countless lives by staying in her comfort zone. She listened to the call of compassion. She followed her heart. She trusted in the power of love to transform lives. And in doing so, she became a beacon of hope for millions. These individuals weren't superhuman. They weren't chosen by some higher power to do great things. They were ordinary people who chose to listen to the universe, who chose to trust their intuition, who chose to follow the guidance they were receiving, even when it was difficult, even when it was scary, even when it seemed impossible. And here's the amazing thing. You have that same power within you. You have the same ability to listen to the universe, to trust your intuition, to follow your guidance. You have the same potential to create change, to make a difference, to leave your mark on the world. But it starts with a choice. It starts with a decision. It starts with you saying, yes, I'm ready to listen. Yes, I'm ready to trust. Yes, I'm ready to take action. The universe will show you the way, but it can't walk the path for you. It can open doors, but you have to choose to walk through them. It can provide opportunities, but you have to seize them. This is where many people get stuck. They start listening to the universe. They start noticing the signs and signals, but when it comes time to take action, they hesitate, they doubt, they let fear hold them back. Fear is the great silencer of dreams. It's the great killer of potential. It's the force that keeps so many people stuck in lives that don't fulfill them, in jobs that don't inspire them, in relationships that don't nourish them. Yes, the truth about fear, it's not real. It's not tangible. It's just a thought, a feeling, an emotion. And like all thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you have the power to change it. You have the power to transform it. You have the power to use it as fuel for your growth rather than letting it hold you back. When you feel fear, when you feel doubt, when you feel uncertainty, that's not a sign to stop. That's not a sign to retreat. That's a sign that you're on the right track. That's a sign that you're pushing your boundary. That's a sign that you're growing, evolving, becoming more than you were before. The universe doesn't call you to things you can't handle. It doesn't guide you towards experiences you're not ready for. When you feel the call of the universe, when you feel that pull towards something new, something different, something challenging, that's a sign that you're ready. That's a sign that you have everything you need to face that challenge, to overcome that obstacle, to achieve that. But you have to trust. You have to believe. You have to have faith, not just in the universe, but in yourself, in your abilities, in your resilience, in your capacity to learn, to grow, to adapt. This is where the real work begins. This is where transformation happens. This is where you start to align your thoughts, your feelings, your actions with the guidance of the universe. This is where you start to create a new reality for yourself. Here's the amazing thing about the universe. It responds to your energy. It responds to your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. When you start to align yourself with the guidance of the universe, when you start to take action on that guidance, you create a powerful resonance. You start to attract experiences, opportunities, and people that align with your new vibration. This is what people often call the law of attraction, but it's not some mystical, magical process. It's simply the result of you aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe. It's the result of you tuning into the frequency of possibility, of potential, of growth. Think about it like this. When you're tuned into a certain radio station, you hear the music playing on that station. When you change the station, you hear different music. The universe works in a similar way. When you're tuned into fear, doubt, and limitation, that's what you experience in your life. But when you tune into possibility, growth, and abundance, that's what you start to experience. And the amazing thing is, you have the power to change your station at any moment. You have the power to tune into a different frequency. You have the power to align yourself with the guidance of the universe and create a whole new reality for yourself. But it requires consistency. It requires practice. It requires dedication. You can't just tune in once and expect your whole life to change. You have to make listening to the universe, trusting your intuition, and taking inspired action a daily practice. Start your day by tuning in. Take a few moments in the morning to sit in stillness, to quiet your mind, to open yourself up to the guidance of the universe. Set an intention for your day. Ask for guidance. Be open to receiving it in whatever form it comes. Throughout your day, stay aware. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. Notice the synchronicities, the coincidences, the moments of alignment. These are all ways that the universe communicates with you. When you feel inspired to take action, do it. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess yourself. Trust that the inspiration is coming from a higher place, a place of wisdom and knowing that goes beyond your logical mind. At the end of your day, reflect. Take some time to think about the guidance you received, the actions you took, the experiences you had. Express gratitude for the ways the universe showed up for you. This practice of reflection and gratitude amplifies your connection to the universe and opens you up to receive even more guidance. As you make this a daily practice, you'll start to notice changes in your life. You'll start to feel more aligned, more in flow, more in tune with your true self and your true purpose. You'll start to experience more synchronicities, more lucky breaks, more moments of perfect timing. But does the catch to how things show up in your life? The universe often works in mysterious ways. The guidance you receive, the opportunities that present themselves may not always look the way you expect them to. They may come in forms that challenge you, that push you out of your comfort zone, that require you to grow and evolve. Trust the process. Trust that the universe has a plan for you that's far greater than anything you could plan for yourself. Trust that every experience, every challenge, every setback is part of your growth, part of your evolution, part of your journey towards becoming the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. Future. Remember, the universe is not punishing you when things get hard. It's not abandoning you when things don't go according to plan. It's supporting you. It's guiding you. It's providing you with exactly the experiences you need to grow, to learn, to evolve. When you hit obstacles, when you face challenges, when you experience setbacks, those are not signs to give up. Those are not signs that you're on the wrong path. Those are signs that you're being called to grow. Those are opportunities for you to become stronger, wiser, more resilient. The universe doesn't call the qualified. It qualifies the called. When you feel called to something, when you feel that pull, that inspiration, that's the universe telling you that you have what it takes, that you have the potential, that you have the capacity to rise to the challenge. But you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to face your fears, to challenge your limiting beliefs, to step out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to fail, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. Because here's the truth, there's no failure in the universe. There are only lessons. There are only lessons. There are only opportunities for growth. Every mistake, every setback, every challenge is a chance for you to learn something new about yourself, to develop new skills, to cultivate new strengths. When you start to see life this way, when you start to trust in the process of growth and evolution, something amazing happens. You stop being afraid of challenges. You stop being afraid of change. You start to welcome them. You start to see them as opportunities rather than obstacles. And that's when real transformation begins. That's when you start to live a life of purpose, of passion, of fulfillment. That's when you start to align with your true self, your true potential, your true destiny. Because here's the thing. You are not here by accident. You are not a random collection of cells and experiences. You are a unique expression of the universe itself. You have a purpose. You have a role to play. You have gifts to share with the world. The universe is screaming at you to step into that purpose, to embrace that role, to share those gifts. It's screaming at you to become the fullest, most authentic version of yourself, to live a life that makes a difference, to live a life that leaves the world a little bit better than you found it. But you have to listen. You have to trust. You have to take action. Think about the life you're living right now. Are you truly happy? Are you truly fulfilled? Are you living up to your full potential, or are you playing small? Are you settling for less than you're capable of? Are you letting fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs hold you back? If you're not living the life you know you're meant to live, if you're not feeling the joy, the passion, the purpose that you know is possible, that's the universe screaming at you. That's the universe telling you that it's time for a change, that it's time to grow, that it's time to evolve. That change doesn't happen overnight. Transformation is not a one-time event. It's a process. It's a journey. And like any journey, it begins with a single step. That step might be small. It might be as simple as dedicating 5 minutes a day to meditation. It might be making a phone call you've been putting off. It might be having a conversation you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, take that step and then take another and another. Each step you take in alignment with the guidance of the universe, each action you take in service of your growth and evolution creates momentum. It creates energy. It creates a ripple effect that starts to transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you. And here's the amazing thing. When you start to live in alignment with your true self, when you start to listen to the universe and follow its guidance, you become an inspiration to others. You become a living example of what's possible when you trust in something greater than yourself. Your transformation doesn't just change your life. It changes the lives of everyone you touch. It changes the world around you. Because energy is contagious. Inspiration is contagious. When you start to live a life of purpose, of passion, of authenticity, you give others permission to do the same. Think about the people in your life who inspire you. Think about the individuals who have made a difference in your world. They're not superheroes. They're not perfect. They're ordinary people who chose to listen to the screams of the universe, who chose to trust in their own potential, who chose to take action in spite of their fears. You have that same power within you. You have the same potential to inspire, to make a difference, to change lives, but it starts with you. It starts with your willingness to listen, to trust, to take. The universe is constantly sending you messages. It's constantly guiding you towards your highest good. But if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss those messages. You'll miss those opportunities for growth, for transformation, for fulfillment. So I challenge you right here, right now, to make a commitment to yourself, a commitment to your growth, a commitment to your evolution, a commitment to living a life that's in alignment with your true self, your true purpose. Commit to listening to the universe. Commit to tuning in every single day. Commit to creating space in your life for stillness, for reflection, for connection with something greater than yourself. Commit to trusting your intuition. Commit to following your heart. Commit to taking inspired action, even when it's scary, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it doesn't make logical sense. Commit to facing your fears. Commit to challenging your limiting beliefs. Commit to stepping out of your comfort zone and into the realm of possibility. Commit to seeing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Commit to seeing every setback as a setup for a comeback. Commit to seeing every mistake as a lesson, every failure as feedback. Commit to being kind to yourself. Commit to being patient with yourself. Commit to loving yourself unconditionally through all the ups and downs of your journey. Here's the truth. Transformation is not always easy. Growth is not always comfortable. Evolution often requires us to let go of old patterns, old beliefs, old ways of being that no longer serve us. But on the other side of that discomfort, on the other side of that struggle is freedom, is joy, is fulfillment, is a life beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is calling you to that life. It's screaming at you to step into your power, to embrace your potential, to become the person you were always meant to be. Are you ready to answer that call? Are you ready to tune in, to trust, to take action? Are you ready to embark on the greatest adventure of your life, the journey of becoming your true self? The universe doesn't make mistakes. You are here in this moment, reading these words for a reason. You have a unique purpose, a unique role to play in the grand tapestry of life. You have gifts, talents, abilities that the world needs. The universe is screaming at you to share those gifts, to step into that purpose, to play that role, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, now, because the truth is you'll never feel completely ready. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Transformation happens when you're willing to take a leap of faith, to trust in something greater than yourself, to believe in possibilities that you can't yet see. So take that leap. Trust in the wisdom of the universe. Trust in your own innate potential. Trust that you have everything you need within you to create the life you desire, to fulfill your purpose, to make your unique contribution to the world. Listen to the screams of the universe. They're not just noise. They're not just random occurrences. They're messages, they're guideposts, they're invitations to step into a bigger, brighter, more beautiful version of your life. And as you listen, as you trust, as you take action, something magical will happen. The screams will turn into whispers. The chaos will turn into clarity. The struggle will turn into flow. You'll start to feel a sense of alignment, of purpose, of rightness in your life. You'll start to experience synchronicities, coincidences, moments of perfect timing that seem almost miraculous. You'll start to attract people, experiences, opportunities that align with your new vibration, your new way of being. You'll start to create a life that feels like it was custom designed for you, because in a way, it's the life that the universe has been calling you towards all along. But it all starts with a choice to listen, a choice to trust, a choice to take action. Which choice will you make today? Will you continue to ignore the screams of the universe, to stay stuck in old patterns, old beliefs, old ways of being? Or will you choose to listen, to trust, to step into the magnificence of who you truly are? The choice is yours. The power is yours. The potential is yours. The universe is screaming at you. Are you ready to listen? Remember, every moment is a new beginning. Every breath is a fresh start. Every heartbeat is an opportunity to align with the wisdom of the universe and create a life beyond your wildest dreams. You are more powerful than you know. You are more capable than you believe. You are more loved than you can. The universe is not just screaming at you. It's cheering for you. It's supporting you. It's conspiring in your favor. All you have to do is listen. Trust, act. Your time is now. Your moment is here. The universe is calling you to greatness. Answer that call. Step into your power. Become the person you were always meant. The universe is screaming at you, and it's time to listen.